Somebody just told them the truth about you and now they're losing their mind. Don't scroll, listen to this, because your heart needs this right now, and the timing of this message is not an accident. The universe is speaking directly to you in this moment. Something happened behind the scenes, something you didn't see, something you didn't expect, and it's shaking this person to their core. Someone close to them, someone they trust, finally told them the truth about you, and the second they heard it, everything they believed, everything they convinced themselves of, everything they tried to ignore shattered instantly. Listen to this, because this message is for you. They're losing their mind right now, pacing, replaying conversations, questioning every assumption they made, every fear that held them back, every lie their ego whispered when their heart already knew the truth. And your heart needs this right now. Don't scroll. What they were told wasn't something small, it wasn't gossip, it wasn't speculation. It was truth, raw truth, spiritual truth, the kind that hits you so hard you stop breathing for a second. Someone told them who you really are. Your loyalty, your purity, your intentions, your heart, your kindness, your strength, your genuine care, and suddenly they realized they misjudged you, misunderstood you, took your silence personally, or assumed your distance meant you didn't care. Listen to this, don't scroll, because this message is reaching you at the exact moment their clarity is reaching them. They were told that you never spoke badly about them, that you defended them, that you cared more deeply than you ever expressed, that you prayed for them, rooted for them, wished healing over them even when they hurt you. And hearing that, it broke them. It humbled them. It cracked something open inside their spirit. This message is for you, your heart needs it. They're losing their mind because they suddenly see the difference between you and everyone else they've known. They see how real you were. They see how patient you were. They see how deep the connection actually went. They're remembering moments they brushed off, signs they ignored, emotions they suppressed, all because they were afraid of what this connection could awaken in them. Don't scroll, listen to this. They've been hit with wave after wave of guilt, regret, longing, and awakening. They can't sleep. They can't focus. They're restless, anxious, emotional. Someone told them you were genuine, that you never betrayed them, that you never had bad intentions, that everything you did came from love, and now their mind is spinning because they finally realize how wrong their assumptions were. And your heart needs this right now. They're hearing the truth after months or even years of confusion, and it's making them question every decision they made. They're realizing they let pride block something heaven sent. They let fear push away something divine. They let their past hurt sabotage something sacred. Don't scroll, stay here, because this next part is important. They've been seeing angel numbers, 111, 222, 555, 144, 1212, numbers that used to mean nothing to them, but now every time they see them, they think of you. They hear your name in conversations that have nothing to do with you. Songs that remind them of you play at the exact moment they're thinking about letting go. They dream of you. Dreams that feel too real, dreams where you're there but fading, dreams where they reach for you but wake up empty-handed. Listen to this, this message is for you. The truth they heard didn't just open their eyes, it opened their soul. It forced them to confront everything they avoided facing. It made them realize you were the one person in their life who showed love without conditions, patience without pressure, loyalty without demands. And now they're losing their mind because they fear they only realized your value after you pulled away. Don't scroll, your heart needs this. They're rethinking everything, the silence, the distance, the hesitation, the mixed signals, the ego-driven choices. They're replaying moments where you hinted at your feelings, moments they brushed off, moments when you were vulnerable and they didn't respond the way they should have. And now someone told them, you know they really cared about you, right? You know they were real. You know they weren't playing with you. And since then, they haven't been the same. Listen to this, don't scroll. They're angry at themselves. They're frustrated. They're emotional. They're sad. They're confused. But above all, they're awakened. Their soul is waking up to the fact that the connection wasn't one-sided. That the love wasn't imagined. That the energy they felt wasn't obsession. It was alignment. It was destiny. It was something divine. And your heart needs this right now. They're worried it's too late. They're scared they destroyed something meant for them. But at the same time, they're feeling this sudden pull to reach out, to fix things, to speak truth, to tell you what they never dared to say. Don't scroll, listen. Their mind is losing control because their heart is finally taking over. Somebody told them the truth about you. And now they can't unhear it, they can't escape it, they can't ignore what their soul has known since the beginning: you were never the problem. You were the blessing. Don't scroll, listen to this, because what's happening right now is something even they didn't see coming, and this message is for you because your heart needs this right now. Ever since somebody told them the truth about you, the real truth, the kind that exposes everything they misunderstood. Their mind has been spiraling non-stop, trying to hold itself together while their soul is falling apart. They're replaying that conversation over and over like a movie stuck on loop, every sentence hitting them harder than the last. And don't scroll, because this next part matters. They didn't realize how deeply they cared until they heard your name said with truth instead of assumptions, clarity instead of confusion, love instead of fear. Someone told them about your loyalty, your patience, your silence, your kindness, told them how you spoke highly of them even when they weren't around, told them you never played them, told them you cared in ways they were too blind or too scared to see, and now they're losing their mind because they're seeing you clearly for the first time. Listen to this message is for you. They're sitting alone, feeling the emotional weight of their own mistakes, wondering how they misread you so badly, wondering why they allowed fear to twist something so pure, wondering how they let their ego convince them that your silence meant indifference when all it meant was protection of your heart. They're realizing that you weren't cold, you were careful. You weren't distant, you were hurting. You weren't done, you were drained. And now those truths are suffocating them. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now. They're imagining you moving on, imagining someone else appreciating the love they didn't know how to accept, imagining someone else receiving the softness you once offered them freely. And that thought is destroying them piece by piece. They can't focus, can't eat right, can't shake the anxiety sitting in their chest. And every time they try to distract themselves, something pulls them back to you. A memory, a song, an old message, a picture they forgot they saved. Listen to this, don't scroll. They didn't expect this truth to hit their spirit like this, but it did, and now they're seeing the difference between what they feared about you and who you actually are. Someone said, you know, they loved you. You know, they cared. You know, they fought for this in ways you never saw. And hearing that was like being struck by lightning. Now they're questioning every moment they doubted you, every rumor they believed, every insecurity that made them run instead of reach. Don't scroll, your heart needs this. They're crying in ways they never expected, silently breaking down at night when no one is watching, getting emotional at random times because the truth hurts, not because you hurt them, but because they hurt themselves by not choosing you when they had the chance. And listen to this message is for you. Their friends are starting to notice. They're asking questions like, are you okay? Why do you seem off lately? Who's on your mind? And every time your name comes up, their energy shifts, their voice softens, their eyes drop, their heartache becomes visible. Someone told them that you were the one who brought peace, not chaos. That you were the one who wanted something real. That you were the one who wasn't trying to hurt them. And now they're realizing they pushed away the safest soul they ever knew. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now. They're scrolling through old photos, rereading messages, analyzing every detail trying to find clues of what they missed. They're asking that same person, are you sure? Did they really feel that way? Did they really say that? Did they really care? Because they can't believe they were so wrong. And listen to this, the universe is hitting them with signs. 111, 222, 555, random déjà vu, dreams where you appear but stay distant, dreams where they try to reach for you but wake up empty-handed. These signs are telling them the truth they ignored, the connection was real. It still is. Don't scroll, because this next part is powerful. The truth they heard didn't just open their eyes, it opened a wound. A wound created by their own choices, their fears, their hesitation. And now they're trying to figure out how to fix it, how to make things right, how to undo the damage their silence caused. They want to reach out. They want to apologize. They want to explain everything. But they're terrified. Terrified you won't believe them. Terrified you won't respond. Don't scroll, listen to this, because what's happening inside this person right now is reaching a breaking point so intense that even the people around them can feel their energy shifting, and this message is for you because your heart needs this right now. Ever since somebody told them the truth about you, their entire emotional world has been flipped upside down, and they're trying desperately to hold themselves together while the universe keeps pulling them toward the realization they've been avoiding for so long. They can't escape you, not in their thoughts, not in their dreams, not in the signs that show up everywhere they go. They're seeing 222, 333, 444, and every time those numbers appear, their stomach drops because they know it's all connected to you. Listen to this, don't scroll. They've been trying to pretend they're fine, but their heart is collapsing under the weight of everything they didn't say, everything they didn't do, everything they didn't understand until now. They're walking around with your name echoing in the back of their mind, feeling waves of emotion hit them at random moments. In the car, at work, in the middle of a conversation, and the moment someone told them the truth about how you really felt, it shattered every false narrative they built to protect themselves. And your heart needs this right now. They're having moments where they step away from people just to breathe because the guilt hits so hard it makes their eyes burn. They're remembering times you reached out with softness they weren't prepared to receive. They're remembering times you gave hints of your feelings but they brushed them off because they were afraid of loving you back. They're remembering how patient you were, how gentle you were, how consistent your energy felt, and now, knowing the truth, they're losing their mind wondering how they didn't see it before. Don't scroll, listen to this. They thought you moved on. They thought your silence meant you didn't care anymore. They thought their distance didn't hurt you. But someone told them the truth that you cared deeply, the truth that you were hurting too, the truth that your silence was a way to protect your heart, not a sign that you didn't love them. And hearing that truth, it broke something inside them. Something big. Something spiritual. They've been sitting alone replaying all the ways they could have showed up better, all the moments they could have chosen you but didn't, and it's driving them into a level of emotional awakening they never expected. Your heart needs this right now, don't scroll. Their friends are worried about them. Someone pulled them aside recently and asked, "Are you okay? You look off." But how could they explain that their mind is spiraling, their chest is heavy, their soul feels like it's reaching out for someone they pushed away? They're losing their mind because they finally understand that you weren't just someone in their life, you were the one person whose presence brought peace. You were the one person whose energy felt like home. You were the one person who saw past their walls. Listen to this message is for you. Now they're terrified. Terrified that you learned how to live without them, terrified that you stopped waiting, terrified that your silence is permanent. They're imagining you in the arms of someone else, someone who knows how to love you without hesitation, someone who doesn't run, someone who doesn't let fear ruin what fate created. And every time they imagine that, their stomach drops and their chest tightens like they're losing you all over again. Don't scroll, your heart needs this. The truth they were told didn't just change how they view you, it changed how they view themselves. They're realizing they weren't ready for a love like yours, weren't healed enough to accept it, weren't mature enough to honor it, and now they're facing the consequences of their own avoidance. They're questioning everything, their choices, their behavior, their silence. They're wondering why they let fear win when their soul was begging them to fight for you. They're remembering the times you were patient with them, the times you forgave them, the times you stayed calm when you could have walked away. And now that they know the truth, they're terrified they lost the only person who ever truly meant something. Listen to this, don't scroll. They're practicing conversations in their head, imagining apologizing, imagining telling you that they were scared, imagining admitting that they cared way more than they ever let on. They're imagining what it would feel like to hear your voice again, to be in your presence again, to look into your eyes and feel that familiar spark that always made them nervous. They want to reach out, desperately, but they're afraid you'll ignore them. They want to fix things, but they're afraid it's too late. They want to tell you the truth, but they're afraid their words won't be enough to repair everything their silence broke. Your heart needs this right now, listen. They're losing sleep. They're losing focus. Their spirit is restless because the truth forced them to confront the one thing they spent months hiding from: they love you. They always did. They just weren't brave enough to face it. And now that they know what they know, they can't pretend anymore. They can't run anymore. They can't hide anymore. The truth has awakened their soul, and now the universe is pushing them toward you in ways they can't resist. Don't scroll. Listen to this, because what's happening right now inside this person's heart is turning into a storm they can no longer control, and this message is for you because your heart needs this right now. Ever since somebody told them the truth about you, the kind of truth that can't be twisted, can't be denied, can't be ignored, their entire emotional foundation has cracked wide open, and now they're spiraling in ways they never expected. They're losing their mind thinking about the things they said wrong, the things they didn't say at all, the moments they acted like they didn't care while their soul cared more than their pride could admit. Don't scroll, this part matters. They're realizing that all the mixed signals weren't because you were unsure, but because you were scared of going all in with someone who gave you nothing solid in return. And when someone told them the truth about your feelings, your loyalty, your pain, your silence, it hit them harder than any heartbreak they've ever known. Listen to this, your heart needs it. They thought they could walk away from you and be okay. They thought distance would numb the connection. They thought time would make them forget. But now they're finding out that your name feels heavier than ever, your energy pulls stronger than ever, your absence hurts deeper than ever. And they don't know how to deal with that. They're sitting alone replaying every moment they brushed you off, every time they left you hanging, every time they stayed silent when they should have spoken from the heart. Don't scroll, listen. They're asking themselves questions they wish they never had to ask. Why did I push them away? Why did I doubt them? Why didn't I choose them when I had the chance? And now someone telling them the truth about you feels like a punch they can't recover from. They're realizing you were the one person who didn't lie, who didn't play games, who didn't pretend, you were the one trying to build something real. And now they know. And the knowing is driving them crazy. Your heart needs this, stay right here. They've been experiencing emotional breakdowns at the most random times. In the shower, while driving, lying awake at 2 a.m. staring at the ceiling with your name echoing in their head. They're scrolling through old messages, old photos, old memories that suddenly feel sacred instead of casual. They're realizing they never appreciated you the way they should have. They're realizing you weren't just a moment, you were a blessing. Don't scroll, listen to this. The truth woke them up so intensely that even people around them are noticing their shift. Their friends are noticing how distant they've become, how quiet they get when your name is mentioned, how emotional they get when they think nobody is watching. Someone even told them, "You messed up something real," and those words cut deeper than they expected. And now? They're terrified that the truth came too late, terrified that you've closed your heart, terrified that someone else is appreciating the love they took for granted. Your heart needs this right now, listen closely. They're feeling spiritual pressure, signs hitting them repeatedly, angel numbers like 111, 222, 1010, 414, dreams where you show up distant or fading, songs that trigger memories they buried. The universe is screaming at them to stop running, to stop hiding, to stop pretending they're okay without you. They feel this divine push urging them to fix what they broke before the opportunity disappears forever. Don't scroll, hear this. They're losing their mind because now, for the first time, they're imagining the pain you went through, the nights you cried, the moments you questioned yourself, the times you tried to be patient while they kept withdrawing. And knowing they caused that pain, it's destroying them internally. They feel guilty, they feel ashamed, they feel undeserving, because now they know the truth, you were always on their side. And the idea of you closing your heart forever is their biggest fear. Your heart needs this, stay with me. They're rehearsing conversations in their head, trying to imagine how to apologize, how to explain themselves, how to tell you the truth without breaking down. They're writing messages and deleting them, typing paragraphs and erasing them, wanting to call you but shaking with uncertainty. They want to fix this, desperately. But they're scared you won't believe them after everything. Scared you'll stay silent. Scared you'll say it's too late. Listen to this. Don't scroll. Their soul is screaming for another chance, their spirit is begging for redemption, their heart is pulling them back to you with a force they can no longer resist. And the truth someone told them about you? That truth broke their ego, shattered their illusions, and awakened a love they tried so hard to deny. They're losing their mind because they finally see your worth, your heart, your intention, and losing you is a pain they never prepared for. Your heart needs this. And here's the most powerful part, they're coming to a realization that will change everything. If they don't act soon, they may lose the one person God put in their life for a divine purpose. And that fear is forcing them to make a choice they can't run from anymore. Don't scroll. Listen to this, because what's happening inside this person right now has reached a level of emotional chaos they can no longer hide from anyone. Don't scroll. Listen to this, because what's happening now is the final stage of their awakening, the moment where everything they've been suppressing, denying, avoiding, and running from rises up all at once. And this message is for you because your heart needs this right now. Ever since somebody told them the truth about you, their entire spirit has been unraveling, and now they're reaching a point where they can no longer pretend, can no longer hide, can no longer act like they don't care. Because the truth has exposed every emotion they buried. And listen, don't scroll. They're sitting with guilt that feels heavier than anything they've felt before, regret that burns deep in their chest, longing that keeps pulling them back to your energy. They're remembering every time you tried to love them gently, every time you tried to understand them, every time you gave them patience they didn't earn. They're realizing how rare you were. How rare your heart was. How rare your love was. And that realization is breaking them emotionally. Your heart needs this, stay here. They've reached the point where the mask is falling off, the tough act, the detachment, the I don't care, the excuses, the avoidance, all of it is collapsing. Their spirit is exhausted from running. Their mind is tired from overthinking. Their heart is tired from pretending it wasn't connected to you at a soul level. And now they're feeling emotions they can't control. Sudden tears, sudden fear, sudden waves of vulnerability that hit them in the middle of the day. Don't scroll, listen to this. They're thinking about the future in a way they never did before. They're imagining what it would feel like to grow with you, communicate with you, travel with you, build something real with you. They're seeing flashes of a life that once felt possible but now feels fragile, like something that could slip through their fingers if they don't act. They're feeling the weight of the truth someone told them, that you loved from a place of sincerity, that you truly cared, that you never wanted to hurt them. And now they're seeing your silence differently, not as distance, but as protection. Not as indifference, but as heartbreak. Not as moving on, but as healing. Your heart needs this, listen. They feel drawn to you with a spiritual pull they can't explain, a pull stronger now than when you were in their life. It's making them restless. It's making them emotional. It's making them realize something they weren't ready to admit before: the connection wasn't imagined. The connection wasn't one-sided. The connection was divine. And now they're terrified they ruined the very thing their soul was searching for. Don't scroll, hear the truth. They've been hearing your name more often. Seeing signs that point toward you. Feeling chills when they think of reaching out. They're walking around feeling like the universe is screaming at them, fix this before it's too late. They're noticing moments of synchronicity that feel too precise to be random, a song you once loved playing at the exact moment they think of you, seeing your birth month or birthday number repeatedly, hearing someone say something that sounds like advice meant for them. These are not coincidences. Their spirit knows it. Their heart knows it. They just never expected the truth about you to flip their entire emotional world upside down. Your heart needs this, keep listening. They're scared you'll reject them. Scared you'll say you're done. Scared you'll say you've moved forward. Scared the silence means you've healed in a direction that no longer includes them. But you need to hear this too: the fear of losing you is finally stronger than their fear of loving you. Their soul is pushing them toward you, their intuition is rising louder than their fear ever was, and now they're preparing for the moment they reach out, not casually, not half-heartedly, but with the truth they should have given you from the beginning. Don't scroll, this is where everything shifts. They're practicing their words late at night, going over what they would say, imagining the tone of your voice, imagining the softness in your eyes, imagining the relief they would feel if you simply responded. They're hoping for a chance, even a small one, to fix what they broke. To rebuild what was damaged. To rewrite the story they mishandled. They're losing their mind because the truth someone told them about you made them see you as the blessing you always were. The person who told them the truth opened a spiritual door they can't close again. They now understand your worth, your intention, your heart, and they're terrified they won't get another moment to prove themselves. Your heart needs this, breathe. Because here's the thing, they're closer now than ever before to reaching out. They're closer now to confessing the truth. They're closer now to showing up in the way you always prayed they would. Their fear